Why is everybody so scared of cold calling? So people that work in sales know that cold calling is one of the biggest things that drives revenue, okay? Yet so many salespeople are still petrified of it and say, that's not my personality. I'd rather be busy sending LinkedIn messages, email messages, voice notes, posting selfies on LinkedIn, all of the above, rather than cold calling. The things that you're doing there, like email, voice notes, stuff like that, it's all with the same intention, okay? And that one intention is to get a prospect that might have the pain or problem that you solve and have a conversation with them. That is the desired outcome. That is why SDRs and salespeople book meetings for themselves, for AEs, for sales managers. That is the end result, okay? To book meetings so that people can have a conversation, to diagnose it further. That's why it's called a discovery meeting, to discover if they actually have the pain and if they actually have the motivation to solve that problem. If your goal is to get somebody to have a conversation, then why would you not just skip all of the nonsense that comes with it and pick up the phone and have that conversation? So the biggest reasons why people procrastinate from cold calling, one of them is the fear of rejection. Now you'll see this thrown around everywhere, but the actual reason that we've got this fear of rejection, it is built into us from thousands of years ago. So when we belonged to tribes and we were running around like monkeys, basically if you got rejected from the tribe, ultimately you would die. Okay, so you'd run out of food, you'd run out of shelter, and you'd be thrown out of the tribe, and a saber-toothed tiger would come along and claw you to death, okay? Over the years and years and years, this has stuck with us that if we get rejected, we'll die. Let's not get rejected. So if you do get rejected, that's why we've got this awful feeling inside us where our cheeks go rosy and we feel like we're about to die inside, because we actually feel like we're going to die. But if we remember, nobody in the history of humanity has ever died from cold calling, okay? So we now know that rejection won't kill you. If you get rejected, it won't kill you. So it's having that logical battle and conversation with yourself on a daily basis. As much as it might feel like it's hurting, as much as it might feel like you're going to die, you're not going to die. It's just a little bit of embarrassment. Things might go wrong. You might muddle your words up. You might get shouted at. You might feel attacked. But nobody is going to die, and you're not going to be in pain. Don't worry. The other thing that people procrastinate cold calling for is because of the monotony of it, okay? It's the same thing over and over and over again. So you'll typically see salespeople will start off really high, and then by the end of the day, yeah, it's me again, it's Jack, I'm calling from how are you? Yeah, it's a sales call. They lose that passion and that energy, okay? The best salespeople I've ever met stay consistent. They start at that level and they ride on through right to the very end. Doing the same thing over and over and over again is very, very boring, and I understand that. So how can you gamify everything? What can you gamify? Are you going to tick a box every time somebody says no? Are you going to tick a box every time you have a conversation? Reverse engineer everything. How many people do you need to have a conversation with in order to get a meeting? Well, work out my numbers. Okay, I need 7 conversations. Okay, well, how many people need to pick up the phone for you to get a conversation? There are many, many different ways that you can gamify it, but you should be having fun. At the end of the day, you're not saving people's lives. You're not a doctor. You're not a surgeon. You're a salesperson, okay? So if you're really going to sit there and be miserable about it, go and get another job. There is no point, okay? You're a salesperson. Your job is to find people and see if you can help them and sell to them and make money for yourself in the meantime. So like, if you're sat there and you're miserable about it, get something else. Find something that's going to make you happier, okay? Your job is just to find these people, and if you're not having fun in the process, why? Like, you're talking to strangers. Like, there is so much fun that can be involved. Make fun of every situation possible. That is my little rant on why people find cold calling extremely nerve-wracking. But if you remember that it should be fun and that no one's ever died from a cold call, the chances are you'll be alright. Remember, one day you will die, but it won't be from cold calling.